Hey everyone, so we are going to talk to you about the Dream House project. It is me, Miss Woods, and Miss Gross.
Hello.
So we are going to go ahead and start out. I just wanted to bring you on Google Classroom so that you can actually see what the assignment looks like. So we have, our few steps here. Watch the video, determine the scale, work on blueprints, and then finish the slide, which will go into detail about all of these. We have your slides posted here. We have the rubric that we're going to go over today. And then we also have a couple websites, homeplans.com and Floor Planner, which we'll also go over here in a minute. And Miss Gross is going to get us started. I'll show you the rubric. And she's going to get us started with the floorplanner.com and the research on step 1.
Okay. If you don't mind to zoom in a little bit for me.
Yes.
And before I talk about this, do not click turn in on the assignment each day. Just turn it in at the end when it's done.
Yes.
Okay. So you don't feel like you have to turn it in every day, because once you turn it in, we have to send it back to you for you to access it again. So don't click turn in until it's completely done, all of it.
And we have it posted on there to not have it turned in until Friday, so it will not show up as missing until after Friday. So you should be good.
All right, so step 1 is you're going to conduct some research. What different researches that you can do. We've got a website here called floorplanner.com that has lots of ideas to use for your project. So we're going to pull up Floor Planner, and you can see you need to log in first. So click on login, and you can log in using Google, and you can use your school Google account to log in there. Okay, so you would use the same information as you would to log into Google Classroom. Make sure you do that or it will not save it. So you can do your project, and I'm not going to go through a list a lot. You're going to have to play around with it. You can create a new project. There's lots of fun things on here, but I will say there's a learning curve to this. So you can use this. If you love this and you're like, I really want a 3-dimensional online drawing, that's what I want my blueprints to look like, then you can continue doing this instead of drawing your blueprints out on graph paper. But if you would prefer to draw your blueprints out on graph paper, play with this for a few minutes, look around, get some ideas, and then be done with it, and then don't have to worry about going back to it again. So you've got 2 options there. Stick with it. Your blueprints can be done on here, or your blueprints can be done on that. All right, so the next thing, after you research that, you're going to determine your scale, and Miss Woods is going to talk about scale for you.
Okay, guys. So for scale, we are going to, I'm talking right now about like our actual graph paper, which technically I guess it would be on Floor Planner also.
Floor Planner does the scale for you.
Okay, so Floor Planner will do the scale for you. If you are doing it on graph paper, then we are going to have it to where 1 square, if you were calculating it as 1 by 1, it equals 1 square foot. And we will definitely in class explain a little bit more if you are confused about what that means. So on your 1 piece of graph paper, on the average size graph paper, that means you can fit a floor plan of 1,200 to 1,300 square feet. If you do 1 square equals 1 square foot. And then if you want to make it bigger, which it kind of makes things a little more difficult because when we are drawing in furniture, we have like these little, trying to think of the word for these things.
Oh, we have templates.
There we go. Couldn't think of the word. Mm-hmm. So we have templates for furniture to show where, like how to do the range, your stove, doors, all that stuff. And those are based on 1 square foot squares. So think about that because that's probably going to be your easiest route unless you want to make it bigger, and you can make each square represent a 2 by 2, which would represent 4 square feet. And then you could have a 5,000 square foot floor plan for that one. And I think is there anything else I need to add for scale?
Just another option, if you continue to do the 1 by 1, but you want bigger than 1,200 to 1,300 square feet, you can always tape together 2 pieces of graph paper.
Yeah.
Or have multi-level floors.
And we will also, for this, we will give you probably 2 pieces of graph paper. If for some reason something happens, we can try to get you another piece. But if you have graph paper at home, you're more than welcome to use that as well. So just keep that in mind. And now, Miss Gross, is going to talk about step 3, which is our blueprints.
All right, so for the blueprints, now remember, if you were on floorplanner.com and you loved it and you want to design your whole house on floor planner, that's fine. But for the rest of you who want to do it with your graph paper, you need to follow the requirements. You need to use the architectural symbols that are provided in your packet, and we also have those listed on Google Classroom. We do have the house plan templates. We've got several of those. So while you're in person, you can use the templates. Those will help you with your symbols. Your house needs to be 1 or 2 floors. If you do more than that, that's fine, but you need to get your main floor done first because that's what we're going to be grading. If you do more than 2 floors, that's an option, but you need to, stick with your main floor first, then move from there. Your kitchen design has to meet building code. We talked about that in class. What building code is. Remember, your refrigerator and your stove can't be next to each other. You need to have the workstation triangle and those things. The home must include at least 1 bedroom, a kitchen, a laundry room, a bathroom, and a closet, and everything else is up to you. So if you want a basketball court in your house, that is fine, but make sure you have those requirements first. The last thing, all lines in the design must be straight. We have rulers. If you don't have a ruler at home or a straight edge, you can use one of our rulers and take it home with you, but make sure that you have that. Now, some of you may be wondering, how do I start? Where do I even start? There's a website called homeplans.com.
And I'll show you, we do have it on here linked as well. So you can click on that, but I've already got it pulled up.
So homeplans.com, you can look and have ideas. So remember, Miss Woods and I, we need a modest home. Let's do 3 bedrooms. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 floors, and 1 garage. All right, so search plans, and then you click on it, and you can find styles. Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah, that's pretty.
So we'll click on that one, and that would be a good plan. And so I like that idea. I may even like that outside really, so I can copy that picture, and that can go on my slideshow. If you want to copy that picture, you can. But if you scroll down, you will see floor plans, and that'll help get you started. So that's the first floor. And so there should be a second floor, right? Yep. So scroll down and there's a second floor. So that will kind of help you. And they tell you the sizes of the rooms. And so you can do that. Another thing we have included in your packet is room sizes. And you can, if you wanted to know, what's the size of a master bedroom and you're not really sure, in your packet, it will say master bedroom. A large master bedroom is 16 by 24. A medium master bedroom is another size. And so it'll kind of help you decide how big you want your rooms in your house to be. So this one right here, homeplans.com, will get you started. The room sizes, and you use that. Start with your main floor first, then you can move on to other floors. I hope that helped you with step 3. Now, Miss Woods is going to talk to you about step 4, the appraisal.
Okay, so for calculate and appraise, so once you have your drawing complete, it's time to determine the total square footage of your home. You're going to complete square foot measurements and community appraisal. So this is, if you recall, last week we did the new home builder. We filled that out. You looked at Zillow or whatever website, and you decided what the price for square footage was in the area you want to build this house. So we are going to use that and multiply it by the amount of square feet you have in your home to come up with your appraisal price. Mm-hmm. And then and I believe we'll show you in a little bit when she talks about presenting, we will show you the actual slideshow and where you'll put that information at in the slideshow.
And also on step 4 with the calculating, you know how we did on the apartment where we went through and we calculated the total square footage. You need to calculate the total square footage of your house because that's going to be part on there as well. And it makes it easy if it's 1 foot by 1 foot. Mm-hmm. 1 block is 1 foot by 1 foot because it's however many blocks you have is how many square feet. All right, so for presenting, you have a slideshow that you're going to do, and I think you're going to enjoy the slideshow.
And this is right here. It's just kind of like how we do our interactive notebooks. It'll create a copy for you. So when you go to it.
As long as Miss Gross doesn't mess up. I may have messed up once or twice. All right, so you're going to put your name on the first one. We've left this kind of blank so you can, You can change the color scheme if you want to. You can add things. This is really going to be yours, but we just made it kind of a simple template for you. So the second slide is your location. You can either put a picture of where you want to live, or you can just type in where you want to live. I'm fine either way.
And don't forget, you can use the text box right here, or if you have saved a picture, you can do insert image to get that, or even go on the web and upload it right from there.
Awesome. The third slide is a picture of your house. This is a picture of the outside of your house. So if you found a house that you're on Zillow and you're like, that's the house I want, that's what I want the outside to look like, find that picture, copy it, paste it in. Remember, if you right click, it'll copy it, Control C, and then Control V will paste it in. Or if you're on homeplans.com, like we were just on a few minutes ago, and you're like, man, the outside of that looks really cool, you can copy that, and that can be the picture of what you want the outside of your house to look like. So that's what you're doing there. 4 is the feature, so the value of your home. You've already appraised your home. What's your home cost? Write that there. Land size. How many acres do you want? Do you want a big land? Do you want a lot of acres? Do you want, just a regular lot size of 1 acre, or half an acre, or what? Do you want to live in the city where you have like no land? If you're apartments, if you live in an apartment, you can put 0 as your lot size. Square feet, that's the total square feet of your house that you would get when you calculated what the size of your house or apartment, whatever your building is. Bedrooms, how many bedrooms? Bathrooms, how many bathrooms? And favorite feature, which is the favorite area of your house? It doesn't have to be a room, but it can be a room. So that's what you're going to do with the features. Usually on Zillow, they list these things. These are the things that they list as the features to kind of draw people into their home. All right, the next one, what you're going to do, this is the blueprints. This is a sample blueprint. This is not yours. But on the next slide, you are going to take a picture of your blueprints, and you are going to save them to your computer and insert them as an image on that next slide. If you have additional pictures, let's say you have three stories or 2 stories, you can put multiple, you can insert a slide. Show them how
Yes,
to.
I will do that. So if you go to slide up here, you just say new slide.
Or duplicate the one.
Or you can duplicate the other one that we did here. I'll delete that. So click on the actual blueprint slide, and if you already had your blueprints on there, you can still duplicate it and then just delete it if you already had them on there. And then it'll create, so you have 2 slides that are exactly the same.
So on that slide one, if you'll see where it says scale, it's what Miss Woods was talking to you about, like the little box, each box is 1 foot by 1 foot or 2 feet by 2 feet. That's where you're going to put your scale. And we've not said this enough, but you might want to stick with 1 foot by 1 foot. That will make it, it will make your life easier in the long run. All right, so slide 7, math that you use for your project. There's so much math involved here. You're going to be calculating total square footage. You're going to be looking at area. You're looking at perimeter. You're looking at scale drawings. You're going to be, when we're doing the cost of the home, you're looking at percentages. When we're calculating our how much your mortgage is, you're dealing with percentages and decimals there. So there's a lot of math that you use, and we want you to reflect on that. All right, and then the next part is fun. This is just for fun for you. We will be kind of making sure that you're doing it, but this is not meant to overwhelm you. This is for fun. This is where you get to dream big. What do you want the rooms in your home to look like? You're not drawing anything out unless you want to. You can, but you can go and find, like maybe you were on Zillow and you're like, man, that's my favorite kitchen in the whole wide world. Copy that and paste it in onto the slide where it says kitchen ideas. Maybe you found on Pinterest living room that you just really, really like. You can copy that. You don't have to have ideas that are in the same home, although if you find a home that's your forever home, you could use all of those if you wanted to, or you could pick and choose from different areas. If you're wanting about paint scheme, you can find, like maybe say, this is the paint color I want, or this is the floors that I want. You can get creative, focus on things that are important to you. Maybe maybe your garage is going to be your favorite feature of your house. Maybe you would just scroll down there and change one of those to garage, or where it says other ideas, change it to garage and put what your favorite garage.
Any of these that we have listed, you can always change them up. Like if you wanted to have a craft room, then and you can add that All you had to do is, like we said, duplicate slide and then just change it to say ideas for craft room or whatever you want.
Yeah, yeah. I know for me, I would want a closet. I want people to see how my amazing closet's going to look.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Organized closet.
Mm.
So you guys have a lot of fun with this. That's the plan. That's our goal for you, is to enjoy this project and to really get creative with it.
Yep. And don't forget, do not turn this in on the first day. Make sure you're working on this throughout the week. And then once you are completely finished, that's when you're going to turn it in on Google. That way we're not having to constantly return it back to you. So please keep that in mind.
Show them the rubric.
All right, let me get to there. All right, there we go.
So the rubric, Miss Woods is going to go over just how many points they're worth. This is worth 100 points total.
Yes. So instead of doing like a test for this, we are obviously, the project is going to count as an assessment grade, just FYI. So it will count as a test grade, but it's going to be this project all combined. Okay. So you get 40 points total for your research and design. So we want to make sure we see that the scale was chosen. We want to make sure we see that wherever we've asked you to put that. So on your actual blueprint drawings, on the slideshow, we need to see what scale you chose. Diagrams need to be drawn to scale, so we need to make sure if I can take a ruler or if I can count the actual blocks, I need to make sure it matches up. So make sure that things are drawn to scale, that you don't just draw them however you want. Kitchen to building code, which we talked a lot about this last week when we did a few different kitchens. So make sure you don't have things next to each other that are not supposed to be, because we are going to check for that. The next set of points is the calculations. So this is 35 points total. We want to make sure that you have calculated your square footage correctly. That is worth 25 points on its own. And then your home value is 10 points. So when you calculated your home value at the end. Then your presentation is 25 points total. So we are going to be looking at all those Google slides that Ms. Gross just went over, and those are worth 15 points. Make sure you take the time, fill everything out, go through it a few times. If you have questions, please reach out to us. I'd rather you ask us now than us have to constantly send it back to you for you to make changes. And then the last part of the presentation is explanation of the math involved in the project. Ms. Gross just talked about it, so don't just list them. Actually give us like how you use that, what you used, how you calculated something. Give us details about it, and that's worth 10 points. So your total score will be out of 100. And so we gave you this so you know exactly what we are grading.
All right, guys, we hope this video helps you do well on your project. We can't wait to see the results.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye.